Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be diving into something, well, kind of feels like it's straight out of science fiction, you know?
Yeah,
We're talking AI and the future of hiring,
definitely futuristic.
which, let's be honest, the whole hiring process, finding a job, applying, interviewing, it can feel
Yeah.
like stuck in the Stone Age
Yeah,
sometimes, right?
absolutely. It's a very old process that hasn't really been disrupted all that much.
Right. So what if AI could completely change the game? And I mean completely.
Hmm?
What if we're talking total automation? Like from the second that a job posting goes live all the way to that you got the job
Yep.
email. Could AI handle it all? And then the big question,
Mm.
how would that change things for everybody involved? For job seekers, but for companies too.
Yeah, it's a really fascinating idea, and it's something that people are calling end-to-end automated recruitment. This idea that AI could eventually just take over every single step of that hiring process. Now, we're not there yet, but we're definitely seeing platforms that are starting to automate big chunks of it. And
So it feels like some of the pieces are there.
yeah,
It's just how do we get from these pieces to a fully automated system?
yeah, absolutely.
And then what's that going to look like when we get there?
And AI is going to be the driver there. One of the companies that's doing some really interesting stuff in this space is called Profilytic.
Okay.
And they're using something called LLM technology to really analyze candidates and screen resumes in a way that, people haven't really been able to do before.
Hold on. LLM technology, that almost sounds like something straight out of Star Trek.
Yeah.
What is that? And
Oh,
like what makes it so powerful when we're talking about something like a resume, which is like so nuanced?
yeah. So you can almost think about it like this. You're reading a book.
Okay.
And you start to get a feel for the author's style, like the way they write, the words they choose,
Right.
maybe even a little bit about their personality starts coming
Yeah.
through, right?
Yeah.
LLMs, or large language models, are doing that, but they're doing it on a massive scale with huge amounts of text and code. They've been trained on these massive data sets, and what it allows them to do is understand and extract meaning from language in a way that wasn't possible before.
So instead of just looking for keywords, which is what a lot of these systems have done in the past,
Exactly.
this AI is actually looking at the context of your experience.
Totally. And all those things that don't show up on a resume,
Yeah.
like, soft skills and things like that.
Those intangible things that are so hard to quantify.
Exactly. Exactly. But like we're saying, come through in the way you write and the way you talk about things.
So it's almost like having like this AI assist in helping to see the potential in candidates that maybe would have been overlooked before
Yeah.
because their resume wasn't perfectly formatted or they didn't use the exact right wording.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, okay, so AI can analyze candidates this way. Can it also like take that a step further and actually predict which candidates are most likely to succeed
Yeah.
at a company or in a particular role?
Absolutely. And that's where you get predictive hiring. So imagine like a company's trying to figure out, okay, what's our team going to need to look like 5 years from now?
Right.
What predictive hiring does is it analyzes tons of data,
Mhm.
things like, past hiring trends, what's going on in the job market,
Right.
even things like employee performance reviews, to try to help that company say, okay, based on all of this, here's what we think you're going to need.
Wow.
And here are the kinds of candidates that are going to be the best fit.
So it's less about predicting the future with a crystal ball, and it's more about actually just connecting all these dots
Oh,
to help companies make smarter decisions
yeah, absolutely. It's all about data.
about their future.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. And then on top of that, we're used to in other areas of our lives, things being personalized.
Yeah.
Our streaming recommendations are personalized.
Mm.
Even, when you go shopping online, a lot of that stuff is based on algorithms.
Of course. Yeah.
Is there a way to personalize that candidate experience?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things that's really exciting about this. So we're talking about like tailoring job recommendations,
Mm.
even things like interview questions
Wow.
and onboarding materials to actually fit that specific candidate's skills and experience.
That's not just a one-size-fits-all.
Yeah.
You're actually getting this tailored experience as you go through the job hunting process, which
Yeah.
honestly sounds
exactly.
kind of nice.
It does. It makes it a little less painful, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
And all of this is going to keep evolving. Like the AI is going to keep getting smarter and smarter. And so things like, compliance automation, where AI can actually help companies navigate the legal side of
Like,
hiring.
which is so complicated.
Yeah, which is so
It's
complicated.
constantly changing.
Yeah, and it really varies from place to place, but AI can help with all that, to make sure that the process is fair and equitable. So it's, I think it's easy to be like, a little apprehensive about this stuff. But it's also like, there's a lot of potential here to make this whole thing better for everyone.
Yeah. It's mind-blowing to think how much potential there is for AI to completely revolutionize how we hire and find jobs.
Hmm.
And, it's funny because we talk about all these different applications for AI and how it's changing
Oh,
everything.
totally.
But it's almost like this is one of those areas where, it's not just about making things a little faster or a little bit more efficient.
Yeah.
It's actually completely changing the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
From automating those tasks to actually making it a more personalized experience.
Right.
It really does feel like the future of work is gonna be very different thanks to AI.
I think so.
Yeah.
And what's exciting, like you said, is we're just at the beginning.
Yeah.
So who knows what this is going to look like in 5 years, in 10 years.
Exactly. And I think that's what's most exciting is we're just scratching the surface of what's possible. As AI gets smarter and we figure out better ways to integrate it into the hiring process, who knows? Maybe we'll get to a point where, the process is actually enjoyable for everybody.
Right. And imagine that.
Yeah.
Applying for a job and it's not the worst thing in the world.
Exactly. That's the dream, right?
That's the dream. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little bit optimistic about the future of work.
Me too.
It's an exciting time to be, job hunting or building a team, that's for sure. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI and hiring. It's been pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, it has. Thanks for having me.
And we'll catch you next time for another deep dive.